Good afternoon, I'm J.L. King, and welcome to Straight Talk, No Chaser. Today, it is with great pride and with great pleasure that I introduce you to a good friend and a good colleague and an up-and-coming activist in our community, Dr. Carlton Young. Dr. Young, welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah. Dr. Young is also America's grandfather. It's a new movement and a new brand that he is creating that's bringing old-fashioned values back to a new generation. I really wanted to take the time to introduce you, my friends, to Dr. Young, because as we prepare for a new year, as a lot of people right now are so worried and stressed about the state of our country with the recent killings in Connecticut, with all the unnecessary violence that we are hearing every day that we turn on the TV, with so many parents afraid to let their children go to school, with so many just crazy things going on in our community, I thought this would be a good time for me to introduce you to someone who's going to make a difference in the world and in our community. So I'm just going to take a few minutes and introduce you to him and give him a chance to talk to you about what he's all about. So Dr. Young, tell us, what exactly is America's grandfather?
America's grandfather's voice that I've come up with, a voice for the people. As you said earlier in your introduction, you know, we're in a world that's just about gone mad. So people are looking for relief. They're looking for some a voice of wisdom to come to, or somebody that's been somewhere and have gone through some things. And I myself, I've gone through a lot of things. And when we talk about the shooting, okay, and how people understand it, especially how they understand about the family of the shooter. You know, when I look at that, I said, well, I had a brother. My younger brother was a shooter. And thank God he didn't kill anyone. He shot a police officer in Los Angeles, but he didn't kill anyone. That, you know, he hurt him pretty bad. So now he's serving his time for that. So when I see things like this, I could relate with that. And so now I've come up with this America's grandfather to give a voice to the people in all areas all areas of life that we live in. So we've got to go back to old family values. We've got to go back to prayer. We've got to go back to the Pledge of Allegiance. We've got to go back to the certain things, to the things that made us a whole family back in the day. Because today it's like we've lost it. We just lost contact.
You're right about that. It's funny that I grew up with a grandfather, and a lot of people can identify with a grandfather who's normally an elderly gentleman who sits at the head of the table. He's the one everybody go to. He wants to get all the gifts at Christmas time. So since you're bringing and really introducing a grandfather figure to a lot of people for the first time, could you give us your definition of what a grandfather is?
You know, yeah, I believe I can. I enjoy it. I am a grandfather, and I enjoy it. I have two granddaughters, and I have two surrogate grandsons, which are my nephew's two boys, or my late brother, my older brother, who passed away in '94, long before they were born. My nephew asked me to step in to be their grandfather as well. And a grandfather is, as I said earlier, a voice of wisdom, a voice from the past in the future. Our grandfather is an individual who can nurture, who can guide, who has the old-time leadership to put out there to bring the younger generation into one fold and give them that nourishing conversation, that nourishing information that our young adults are, you know, that they're lacking today.
Do you think that if you step it up and fill in the void in a lot of single female-headed households who will be looking for you for advice, whether it's to, how to talk to their son about sex, to how to talk to their daughters about dating, to how they can just keep a roof over their heads, how are people going to be able to reach you?
Well, they can reach me in several ways. We'll be having an 800 number coming up real soon. But they can reach me on a couple of numbers, which is 404-212-9965. That's 404-212-9965 and 404-694-9965. Also, they can get me on my email, which is life, L-I-F-E, at carltonyoung.com. And also, through your publishing
To the publishing company, as well as his Facebook like page, would be America's Grandfather, and as well as through other channels, which we'll keep you posted on. Also, I know that you have a new book coming out called America's Grandfather, Family Values. You want to tell us a little bit about the new book?
Well, the new book, I really enjoyed it. I think that we come up with a great concept here. America's Grandfather speaks about family values, and what I placed in this book, I believe, will change the direction of a lot of lives out there. And I believe that because you can't, if you don't believe anything, you shouldn't document it. And this is documented in a book because I really feel that way. I think that this book is going to help people understand where they stand with their families. I'm talking to men, especially in the book, about stepping up, being the man you're supposed to be, being the father. Regardless whether you're married to the female, whether you're dating, living together, whatever, you need, our men today, our young black men are in trouble because the male figure is very limited in that household. So we need to step up and be counted. We need to show up, and that's what it's all about.
Gotcha. Well, you know that there's a lot more going on in Dr. Young, America's Grandfather's life, from a scholarship program to working with the homeless to doing some wonderful, great things that I'm excited about, and I can't wait to share with you all as you learn more about America's Grandfather. So on that note, I'm J.L. King, and as always, bringing it to you straight with no chaser. Tune in again for the next topic and the next guest. In the meantime, look forward to visiting and learning more about America's Grandfather at americasgrandfather.com. That's www.americasgrandfather.com. Dr. Young, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Look forward to some great things from you.